Okay, so let's talk about the first use case, horizontally scaling edge connect appliances when you have a load balancer on the LAN side. We have updated this page on the Aruba documentation. In the past, you might remember we had only two links here. We had permissions required to deploy cloud apps in AWS, permissions required to deploy cloud hubs in Azure. And we have added four more links to this page. If you already deployed the Edge Connect from Orchestrator, you will have this custom role already created in Azure. And the only thing you have to do is copy and paste some new permissions that we are mentioning on this link. And when you save, it'll get propagated to the orchestrator. Orchestrator will now have permissions to deploy an internal load balancer. So the steps to do that, you'll go to the configuration tab. And by the way, we have renamed this tab here. In the past, prior to 960, this was called Microsoft Azure Virtual WAN. And now, since we support other Azure network services like the load balancer and the route server, we changed the name to Azure Network Manager. And that matches with the name we are using for the AWS features as well. After you click that, you will land on this Azure Network Manager page. We have two tabs on this page now. We have a tab called Cloud Gateways and we have On-Prem Gateways. By default, the Cloud Gateways tab is selected. The On-Prem Gateway tab is for the previous feature we already had prior to 960. So we didn't change anything on that feature. And that feature was mainly for on-prem Edge Connect appliances to connect to a virtual WAN hub in the cloud. From here, you can click this Deploy Load Balancer button, which will open up this dialog box. And here you can select the Azure account, select the resource group, the region where the Edge Connect is already deployed. And then after you do that, you will get a drop-down menu of the virtual networks that are available in this region. And one of those should be the Edge Connect appliance if you already deployed the Edge Connect in the same region. And now the orchestrator asks a question, hey, do you want the orchestrator to create a new subnet for the load balancer? Or if you have already manually gone to the Azure dashboard and created a subnet, we allow you to select that subnet. You can enter the front-end IP address of the load balancer here and the port that the orchestrator should use for the health probes on the Edge Connects. So here I'm using TCP 443. After that, to begin the automation, just like on most of our other integrations, we want you to create an interface label. And this, in this case, this is a LAN site label because the Edge Connect is already in Azure. After you create the LAN site label, you assign it on the deployment page to a LAN interface, and then you open the Network Manager tab, and you will click the subscription button. You will select that same subscription you selected earlier. At this point, you might ask a question, why do I have to select the subscription again here? Because I already created a load balancer, why do I have to select it again? We wanted to give this option. You don't have to create the load balancer from the orchestrator. If you want it, it's much easier for you. But for whatever reason, you wanted to create the load balancer outside of the orchestrator, maybe using like something like Terraform, or you wanted to create it manually from the dashboard. That's fine. You can come to the orchestrator just to automate connectivity between the Edge Connect appliance and the load balancer. So those two operations are decoupled, and that's why you have to select the subscription again here. The third step is to select the LAN side label. Just like most of our other third-party integrations, you drag and drop the label you created earlier into this primary section, and you click this Azure Resources button to let the orchestrator know which virtual network, the Edge Connect appliance is deployed. So here the two Edge connects that I want to connect to the load balancer, they are in this VNet called SP Automated SCADA Transit VNet. And the final step is to associate. So we have this new page that shows the three integrations that we are adding. The first one that I'm talking here is the internal load balance integration. So the orchestrator will see all the internal load balancers in your Azure account. And from the orchestrator tree, when you select these two appliances, you can now associate those two appliances to a load balancer that you have selected here. At this point, when you click save, it'll go ahead and start creating the backend pool, create the health probe, create the static route on the Edge Connect so that it can respond to the health probe. Pretty much it does everything so that you can start receiving traffic from the load balancer to the Edge Connect appliances. We have added these links on the connection status page that are relevant for this internal load balance, and when you click these links, it'll take them to the Azure portal's insights page, which shows the Edge Connect appliances and the status of the health probe.